Joanne and Fit Just For You. We have in the fitness studio today Miss Tangela Russ, and she is from Sweet Blessings Catering Services and Meal Prep. And so we're excited to have her here. She's going to be preparing a meal before you and giving you some tips on how you can be a healthier you through nutrition. So tell us a little bit about yourself before you begin.
Okay, my name is Tangela Russ, and I am the owner of Sweet Blessings Catering. I'm a classically trained chef and certified health and wellness coach. So I just assist with lifestyle changes as far as learning how to eat better, shop better, and economical shopping.
Great. Yeah, I had the opportunity to meet her through our church. Tasted one of those great meals that she served. I was so impressed. And the line was impressed too, because it just kept going and going and going and going. When you can eat healthy and it tastes good, that's really something special, because everyone's afraid that the food will not taste good.
Yes, that's
true. But it does taste good. Now tell us what you're going to do for us today.
Okay, today I'm going to pan sear some chicken breast that I will season a little bit, but it's been marinating in a pesto, garlic pesto. And with that, I'll saute vegetables, some onion, red pepper, and green bell peppers, and a few mushrooms. And that will be my first item. The second one, I like these meatballs. HEB just came up where they are doing some salmon meatballs, but you can actually cube salmon cut your own and then batter them with a little pico and a little seasoning. You can crush your breadcrumbs to season them. Let me just show you what it looks like. They're just little round balls of salmon. You can actually mince them too if you don't want to cube it, and then kind of make it like a meatball, like a spaghetti meatball. So right now we will take a little olive oil.
And about how long will this meal take in total preparation time?
It probably will be about 20 minutes or so. But these are things you can do in less than 30 minutes. So meal ideas that you can do in less than 30 minutes. If you want to have vegetables that are steamed and blanched or sauteed, just beforehand, planning your meal is what makes it really go faster. Knowing what meals you're making for the week, for the 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and planning for your shopping, and then having everything kind of compartmentalized as you prepare. Because as I prepare, I make sure I chop up my vegetables, whatever I'm using, and have them set aside, my meats set aside, and kind of think about what takes the longer cook time. If the meat takes the longer cook time, or the vegetables. Most of the time it's the meat. And in the oven, you can prepare it in the oven, or you can saute it. In the oven, if it's chicken, 12 minutes. If it's seafood, probably maybe 10, a little less. But you take the temperature, and it will need to be 165 to know that your item is done.
And you were saying something before we went on live, and I don't want to interrupt your process here, that you can do some shopping at some different stores and get a lot of these healthy items that help to facilitate one as far as their nutrition is concerned. Can you share a little bit about that as far as different items you can buy in the store that's already ready for you to utilize for your healthy meal?
Yes, ma'am. A lot of people say that it's really expensive to eat healthy. There are a couple of items. Somebody told me yesterday kind of how they figured out the store. The bad items are kind of in the middle. The healthier items are kind of on the outsides. So you have your produce, you have your poultries and meats, and then if you go across the back, it's kind of like your cheeses, bacon and eggs, and the meat is on the outside. But you'd have chips, all kind of carbs and everything else in the middle. But different, there's a salad that's a little bowl salad, and I know they sell them at HEB. I'm not sure at Kroger's, but it's called Taylor's Farm, and those are $3 a salad. They have a nice selection of, they have a spinach salad that will have fruit, honey pecans, which is something that I put in my salmon salad, and then it also has feta cheese. And then it also have a kale salad that has cabbage, kale, radish, and carrots. And with that one, you get apples, you get celery, you get cranberry, and these are fresh veggies and fruits. And with trying to lose weight, the celery actually helps appetite suppressant. The apple is a detox, but the combination. But we're also talking about the pricing. They have spaghetti zucchini. That it has a container that's $4. The grape tomatoes will be $148. But you could do meal prep for a week that's probably less than $50.
Wow.
So most of the time when you're getting someone to do the meal prep, it's about time, it's about travel, and of course their gas and labor for the extras depending on costing. But you actually can eat healthy and have healthy items and not spend what you really think it'd be costly.
Okay, great. And so you just poured some oil in there. What kind of oil is that?
That is olive oil.
Great. A healthy fat.
Yes,
Keep
yeah.
that in mind, a healthy fat.
And let me go ahead.
Now, I'm really excited again because she's sharing with you all the opportunities that you can have to eat healthy by simply planning and doing a little research, going into those stores and places that you can get these meals at a good price and not cost you an arm and a leg. Because I hear it all the time. It's cost so much to be healthy, to eat healthy. So we want to minimize that by sharing with you some information where you can go out and get these items at a reasonable cost so that you can stick to your nutrition plan. And she's going to go ahead and get started. She got your olive oil going.
This one's a little bit less hot. We're going to cut that one down.
Okay.
Let that one cool off. Go ahead and take my marinated chicken breast.
And what's on that again? What did you marinate?
It's a pesto, garlic and pesto.
Oh, I love
rub
that. I
on
love
this
that.
chicken breast.
Love that.
So we're gonna put it here to let it pan sear. Then I can turn this one up a little bit.
Now, in pan searing that's going to take about how long to do that?
Probably like 5 minutes. I could have used it. This one was really too hot.
Okay.
I'm gonna let
okay.
this one warm up. I didn't
Okay.
want it.
Yeah, to burn or
we
to cook
had
too
it
fast.
going. But what I can put in here with a little butter is the spinach to whip, and that's like a tablespoon of butter.
Okay.
Let me take this off.
Now, if you must use, if you have to choose between
And that's
butter
what I'm
and
saying.
margarine,
Mhm.
please choose butter, people. Do not use margarine. That margarine is not good for us. So, and she's only using a very small amount.
No, yeah. And I'm just wishing it around a little bit till a couple of leaves get limp. So, like when you won't burn it or any of them will be black. They'll all be even tone, but we're just wilting it, and then I'll add a little seasoning to it, just for flavor. Sprinkling a little seasoning to it.
It's already smelling good in here, people. I'm ready.
And one of the brands I like using it for seasoning is McCormick, because they also have where you can get their low sodium in a couple of their items, and that's a big concern with some people. With my tongue, but it's okay. I'm not going to. Okay. We just watch our chicken.
Oh, that chicken is really smelling good. And just looking at these items on this table is making me hungry. And everything is pretty, everything is fresh, and that's what you want. And it's important as she's preparing this just to really encourage you to prepare your meals. If you, what do they say? If a fail to plan. To plan is a plan to fail. So you've got to plan your meals. And remember, nutrition or your diet is 80% of your challenge as far as weight loss is concerned, as far as your fitness goals are concerned. You've got to include that nutrition. 80%. So you want to do this in such a way that you can do it in a short period of time, but you just got to plan everything out.
So I'm going to take turn it down. My chicken is still cooking. I'm going to wipe this one down. And so this is just going to be a 2 veggie. Wipe that out. And so now what I'm going to do is add some asparagus.
Okay.
The asparagus from with the salmon.
leave my gloves on, be the assistant chef.
Yeah.
The assistant chef.
Of course. Here you go. We're gonna give you some more.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Be the assistant.
We have had a ground lesson item, and it was my son. So,
You gonna work it out?
Yeah, we are working it out. I do not want to touch the skillet with my fork. I just want to poke it in the meat.
Okay.
I'm putting this one down because it's popping. So here, for the asparagus, I will add a little water.
Instead of about a third of a cup or half a cup of water?
It's a third of a cup of water.
Okay.
And then a little butter, like when we were saying, a tablespoon of butter.
Mhm.
And I have learned to measure kind of by eye. But if you come kind of close, you can see that it's not much butter in here. And I'm going to bring it to a boil. And this is to blanch our asparagus. But the seasoning that we're using is garlic and herb. And so these veggies will go with our protein, and then you can also add some of it. And this is what our chicken looks like. It has a little golden brown, but still the pesto is really nice. This is the other side. That didn't take very long to cook. We just pan-seared it. But I'm gonna let it go just a little bit longer to make sure because this is how I'm touching it because I'm used to heat, but it should, to make sure it's tender and not dry. My inside still needs to cook a little bit more, so that's why I have it low. But that's something you can leave to the side while you're, is my water blanching for my asparagus.
Mm-hmm.
But this is already one meal that is attained.
Okay.
And it still has really, really good color. As my water is coming to a boil for my asparagus.
So you wait for it to
And I'm gonna say this, I'm big on changing gloves. Let me put this box right here because I was just touching the chicken and poking it.
Oh, yeah.
So before
Yeah.
picking up, even though it's sitting with my salmon, that's a whole nother deal because that will be together with a marinara.
Right.
That meal. So you take some asparagus and you just put it, and really these only have to cook, if it was just at a high boil, they only have to cook like 5 minutes. It doesn't take them very long to cook.
And they'll be nice and crunchy,
Mm-hmm.
but
They won't be wilted.
Right, wilted, yeah.
This is my.
Oh, that chicken is really looking good over there.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm gonna turn it up so we can make sure it's done on the inside.
it's pretty.
Yeah, and so see, like the inside is not pink anymore.
mhm.
It's not dry. Well, this side we're gonna let it cook just a minute, but it's not dry.
Mhm.
It has a pretty brown on both sides. And so we'll be able to take that to our plate over here.
Okay. Now, what can your assistant do? What can I do to help you?
Oh, you know what? I better keep that because I'm supposed to take this and clean it.
Okay.
Oh. To finish off with the chicken, I was going to put some spaghetti squash and those tomatoes. You
Okay.
can add it and let it cook a little bit. We'll switch sides
Okay.
with that.
Oh, so this is okay. This fork is
Mhm.
okay.
That
Just
was okay.
add all of this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, it's smelling good. Oh my
So,
God.
and low carb, or even when people say, do you do keto? This is for keto, because it's all vegetables in your protein. There are no carbs in this meal, in any of them. We have all vegetables here.
Oh, this is just wonderful. It
So you'll
smells
be
good.
warming that and let it
Just
heat
kind of
up
stir it
some.
a little bit. Can I put this over here? Okay.
And so that'll be a complete
That is
meal.
so pretty.
We can eat.
I'm hoping you're getting these people. Hoping you're
breast for
now.
the zucchini salad or
Okay.
either the kale salad. I might still cancel the salmon.
Okay, now tell them about your meal prep.
Okay.
That if you want them to provide,
Actually, that one's pretty done.
this in here?
I offer meal prep service. Right now, I'm running a special where you can get 10 meals, which is 4 seafood items, where it's salmon, shrimp, or any type of fish, and 6 protein. It could be ground turkey, chicken, or pork, or any pork loin. And it's $84 plus tax for 10 meals. That's lunch and dinner. Variation you want. I also do snacks and I do breakfast.
Now, do they pick up from you, or do they,
Actually, I deliver or they can pick up from me. And right now, I'm located cooking-wise at the Power Center. So you can pick up from the kitchen from me there. We just arrange a time. And actually, I can turn these asparagus off because they're pretty ready too.
and so do I need to do something with this now? It looks
We'll
like
add
it's
it
done.
to this
To the plate.
plate. You can put the chicken breast there, grab it.
On the other side, where it's pretty.
And then you can raise the skillet up. We could kind of
Okay.
take that, put it there. This is spaghetti squash, and as you look, that pesto has gotten in the spaghetti squash.
So you all marinate all that together.
Yeah, so it'll be seasoned. The whole plate is seasoned.
Okay, so did you,
Then we'll add the tomatoes.
In doing this, did you, the squash, did you do it yourself,
this is
or was
one
it already done?
Actually, I baked it and put it aside. But they also have the HEB where you can buy already cooked spaghetti squash. So
Okay.
when you want to say saving time.
Okay.
So they have where you can buy it, but if you bake it, you bake it at 400 degrees and have it in the oven until it's tender. Let's say maybe about 20, 25 minutes.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't take that long, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Especially with 375, 400. I'm gonna clean this. I'm gonna turn that off. These are if you want to try one, but these are pretty tender and they're not overcooked.
Okay.
So it hadn't even really been quite 5 minutes yet.
Good. Good, y'all.
Let me go ahead
Real tasty.
and wipe these down. Take the asparagus. And actually, I want the asparagus to add, because zucchini, some people cook it and they say it'll be mushy. Actually, with zucchini, you only have to warm it up. So if you're cooking it, like you've cooked these asparagus, or if you wilted the spinach, you'd add this just to heat it through, to eat it with a little saute of the butter or seasoning. You don't just cook them down. For me, I don't ever really cook them. I just heat them with whatever it'll be served with. So we could take these, add it to, and what I'm gonna do now, once I wipe the other skillet out, we're gonna cook the salmon meatballs, and then we'll put a marinara onto this.
Okay.
Let me get my other hand.
All right.
So there.
The asparagus is wonderful.
I'm glad you like it. If you don't mind, would you go and discard this?
Sure will.
Thank you.
The assistant is moving on.
Clean the other skillet. Let this one warm up some again. Now rinse it with water.
The assistant returns. Y'all, I can't wait to eat some of this stuff. It smells so good.
Okay, let's do that one. I'm gonna put this here. So now,
Okay, let me change my gloves.
okay, they're right there.
Yes.
So then I'm turning back up my heat on my aisle. I'm taking some olive oil and just a little bit to cover the bottom of the pan. And now we're going to prepare the salmon meatballs, and that will be for the spaghetti zucchini.
Okay. So
and
this is one meal,
asparagus. Mm-hmm.
and this is the second meal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right then. So are we gonna use any of this delicious stuff that's here?
Actually, these items ought to go on the salad.
Oh, okay.
To go on the salad. And so I actually have another
So we actually have three
salmon.
meals here. We have a salad, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the zucchini with the salmon,
And
and we have the chicken with the,
spaghetti squash,
and
wilted
the-
spinach, and grape tomato.
okay, all right, great, great.
And so these items I didn't. This was just extra spaghetti squash and
Okay.
bell pepper if we wanted to use it. might
But
put
I
a
can
little
buy
of
that spaghetti squash already
Yes, you can buy
shredded.
it already cooked,
Okay.
and it'll come in a little square.
Well, cooked or
um,
just shredded?
No, it'll be cooked.
It'll be
It's
cooked.
prepared
Okay,
already.
all right,
At the
okay.
HEB, they have it prepared already. I think it's like $4.
Okay.
So even when you say $4, if you like this container of zucchini, you get probably 3. You can get 2 to 3 portions out of it,
Okay.
depending on how you portion it.
Okay.
The spaghetti squash, this was just probably 1/3 or half a cup.
Uh-huh.
Well, it looks like no, that's a half a cup.
Uh-huh.
But if you got the $4 one, you could split that up in 2 if you're gonna do just sides with it.
Okay.
But if you do it as a meal, this would be probably the full portion that they sell.
Okay.
This would be the full portion that they sell. and
Or
it's
if you're doing it
$4.
for more than one person, like if you and your husband or your, whoever you're eating dinner with or lunch with, you can
Mhm.
prepare for 2 people as opposed to just for yourself.
So yeah.
And that's what I want to encourage you. It's always good to have someone who joins you, who supports you on your mission, your journey to
Yes,
eat
that's
healthier. It's really important because, as much as your friends love you, they will sabotage you on your journey. No sooner than you say, I'm going to start eating healthier, they start bringing in all that
Good stuff.
that stuff that tastes good, but it's not necessarily good for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's really good to have someone to be as part of the team on your journey.
Yes, ma'am. So these are the salmon meatballs.
Okay.
And so we're just pan-searing them, cooking them on each side till they're really done. And we'll add those to the asparagus with tomato and spaghetti zucchini. So once we get them cooked, then we'll add a little marinara in here, and that will be our sauce. But
Okay.
this marinara is probably 2 tablespoons of marinara.
And you can purchase that as well.
Actually, yeah, you can purchase it, or you can buy your own marinara,
Mhm.
but just to let you know the portion size.
Okay.
It should be, cause this not even quite 1/3 of a cup.
Okay.
This maybe be a little over 1/4 cup of marinara. And so that's just to give the veggies some juice, have some type of extra flavor
Mhm.
in the sauce. But the meatballs will, they're seasoned through.
Oh, that's coming up pretty and brown. That is so pretty. And presentation is important too. That's what I love about you in particular. I was so impressed with not only was the food, did the food taste good, but it was presented so well.
Thank you.
The first thing I really had the opportunity to enjoy was your salmon salad.
Mhm.
And that was, guys, that is absolutely phenomenal. These huge pieces of salmon that's fresh, it doesn't taste fishy, fresh vegetables. It's not one meal. I mean, I make 2 meals out of it.
Yeah, a lot of people make a couple of meals out
I
of it.
make more than one meal out of it. So you're getting more than your money's worth, and on top of that, you're worth it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're worth it. You're worth it. You're worth
Look,
it.
the client is worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying too. We're all worth it.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're worth it because, our bodies are our temples.
Mhm.
And we have to put good things in it to expect good outcomes. So if you're dealing with issues with your blood pressure, your diabetes, or just trying to manage your weight, the way you do that is you got to start first
Mhm.
with what God intended for us to use for our medicine
Mhm.
is our nutrition.
Yes,
Eating
ma'am.
healthy, putting healthy things in it. And unfortunately, with convenience, so many things are processed.
That's true.
To the point that all the nutritions are really out. It may taste good, but from a nutritional standpoint, it's not, again, not good for you.
And you know what? That's one of the items that I'm doing this year. I've kind of pulled back in business. I still will be, I'm doing the meal prep and I'm doing catering, but I'm starting a garden.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
this
right.
will be my first year starting a garden on my own. It's
Okay.
going to be, hopefully by, let's say May, or well, maybe before then. But I would like to have some meals out there doing, meal demonstration. People can shop for some of the veggies and, you know, learn how to make just different things, salad dressings that are freshly made, and even marinades that you could just put into a chopper or something that'll just mix it up for you. And even because I'm big on making dressings in those single cup smoothie cups, just putting the items in there and putting fresh fruit in there, and you can make a real quick dressing.
Okay. Well, we plan to have you back here, so, you know, I know you may be slimming down or pulling back a little bit, but we're going to pull you up in here. Because we want people to see how not only your great service, but how they can do these things at home as well. Because, again, I hear it all the time, especially for people who are busy. You know, they got the kids, they got soccer, you know, they take them to all these different functions after school, you know, and having time to eat is and preparing the food is a whole different thing. And we want to start preparing better food items for our families. You know, we don't want our children to think they're fast food is the way to go. We want them to understand that the importance of eating healthy while they're young, so when they get to be older, it won't be a struggle for them. When they go to college, you know, they're not, you know, sitting up all night. Of course, they can be impacted by their peers, but if you start early, then they'll start to do the right things along the way. So I think it's really important that, you know, we focus in not just doing healthy things for ourselves, but healthy things for our family. And do it as a family. You know, get in that kitchen and cook as a family.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So I just want to show you the salmon meatballs. I've browned them. I'm going to drain off the olive oil to add some marinara, so we'll have some sauce for this meal. So I'm just going to drain this. Make sure I hold it in there. Take my towel, because we don't want
A fire.
Okay, yes ma'am. Make sure it's dry. And then so we will add the marinara. Turn down the fire. And then if you want it a little more saucy, you can add a little water to it or a little bit of liquid. Oh, I have my fire up high. Ooh, it does smell really good. That smells really good. The one thing. That's kind of heated through. Yeah, we can just add.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Yes. So that's our next.
Now, would you be posting, putting some of this together and like on a recipe that they could
I can prepare the recipe.
Okay,
and,
so
be able to post it.
Okay, great.
And really with the salad, we can just add our items for our salad. And so like I told you about the Taylor's Farm, actually this kale salad is one of those salads, and it's just $3. You have feta here, you have honey pecans, you have dried fruit, which is cranberry and probably like pineapple. That's what that looks like. And this one is a little honey balsamic.
Now look at what we've done here. And what time? It is now, what, 1:30?
Okay.
We prepared 3 meals in 30 minutes. 3 meals, people. No excuses. No excuses. 3 meals in 30 minutes.
So we have our pesto marinated chicken breast with spaghetti squash, which is spinach and tomato. This is a kale salad with dried fruit, honey pecans, and feta. And then this is salmon meatballs with asparagus, zucchini, spaghetti, and tomatoes.
Oh, great. Now tell us again how people can find you and just kind of do a recap on the services you offer so that we can be sure that people will take advantage of, the wonderful things that you do for the community.
Okay. I do a pop-up on Sundays at Windsor Village Church, and I'm there from 9:30 until 2 o'clock. I also am at the Power Center, but I have a page on Facebook, which is Sweet Blessings Catering, that you can go to. And I'm revamping my website because I've got the certification for the health and wellness coach, so I'm trying to implement those services to help with learning labels, shopping trips, and also implementing my new meal prep items that I'll be preparing with my lunchbox menu that I already currently have.
Okay, great. So we're going to certainly be inviting you back because we
Okay.
want people to see some other food items that you can prepare and that they could do at home.
Yes, ma'am. And that it'd be quick meals.
Right. And if you feel like you even showing how you could do 3 meals in 30 minutes, I'm just blown away.
Because even with this one, if you want to say portion size, proteins, you actually should be eating to 4 to 5 ounces. So when you want to say like 4 of these, or even if you split it up for somebody who is really doing portion control, and with you refer your clients for 1,500 calories per day. So with that, it would definitely be about portion control, splitting up their portions in half and eating more times a day.
Right. And so if you split this in half, you really have 6 meals.
Yes.
Yeah, 6 meals, especially if we're looking at these two, at least 4 meals with these two alone. So that, there's, you take out all the excuses.
Yes,
at the end of the day, you take out all of the excuses, so that's what I'm excited about. And it looks good, and it tastes good, so you just can't beat that.
Yes.
No excuses, no complaints about it not tasting good, and no complaints about not having enough time to get it done. So we're excited. We're so glad to have you. We're glad that you took time out of your busy schedule to share with our audience, our Facebook family. So guys, listen up. If you want to eat better and do better, you need to see Ms. Tangela with the Sweet Blessings.
And I'll also give my phone number is 713-857-7019.
Why don't you repeat that one more time?
713-857-7019. And the email address is sweetblessingscatering1@gmail.com.
And we're going to post all the information later on today so you'll have it. Between today and tomorrow, we'll post it. We'll certainly have a phone number up today, and we'll post the recipes that she has prepared for us sometime today, between today and tomorrow. But again, this is Joanne at Fit Just For You and Ms. Tangela with Sweet Blessings, and we hope you enjoyed this 30-minute nutrition 30-minute nutrition meal planning, and we'll see you back here real soon. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.